Hey, you! I'm your nutrition coach. My name is Jackie Poole. Welcome to Happiness is a Healthier Habit. Let's get today's episode started. Thank you so much for joining me today on this lovely morning. Life feels like it's a lot easier during the summer these days. If you've heard me before, I've said summer, I don't care how hot it is, it beats winter every single time. So funny. I heard this the other day. Sorry, Jesus, but summer is still the best season for me. Like, I don't care about Christmas gifts, Jesus, like the summer is my favorite season. You can be jolly and very fun during the summer. So summer is here. We have definitely more sunny days that can really brighten your mood. Here, it's funny because last year here in Kyle, we had absolutely no rain, like no water whatsoever. We're actually on a restriction like stage 3 where we can't like water our grass or things like that. People still do it, but if they catch you, you get a $2,000 fine. But that being said, this year we've had already a lot more rain. So yesterday we had gone with my sister-in-law and a whole bunch of her girlfriends. We went to the water park and they checked the weather the day before, no rain. As we're driving to the park, Splashway here in Texas, we are getting stormed on and rained on. And when we got out of the car, I was cold. Like it felt like it got colder, it was dark, it was raining, but we still got in the water park. We had to wait there like a few minutes before they were allowing us to get in the water, but we got in. So we spent like a good 4 or 5 hours at the water park with a whole bunch of kids and it was great time off. I love my sister-in-law, shout out to her. She took the kids for the rest of the week, so it's nice. So summer is definitely going. We are, having pool days. We've done some trips around some cities around here. We've gone to San Antonio. We've gone to Splashway. We're doing some pool days. It's been really great start. Just to do things around. And for me, I just love summer because it beats the fact that we have to worry about school scheduling, because that for me is a really big stressor, right? Like, okay, I have to go take them to school, pick them up, make sure they get ready. And I feel like summer, we don't have that, right? We wake up when we want to, we have everything planned. I feel like there's no rush, right? There's no thing that I don't have to worry about. If they can sleep in, I don't have to wake them up, they won't be cranky or whatever. It just feels so much easier and smoother as our days go. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about some routines that we might really incorporate during the summer, because I feel like sometimes we feel like we might fall off our healthy habits, and because we're not in the scheduled routine, it's really hard to maintain our results. So some people, I feel like, when they don't have that structure very well and the kids are home, it can really throw them off. So that's what we're just going to talk about today, about some daily life hacks that you can do, habits that you can do throughout, the week for yourself, that now it's summer, that will help you maintain your health, stay healthy, and just have a really nice summer, right? Enjoy it. Because it's hard for me to keep the routines when every day is pretty much different. But I would like to say that one thing that I like to do is I like to get exercising out of the way. And so what I've done this summer is I've made sure I just get exercising first thing in the morning before everybody wakes up. So my alarm used to be at 4:30, and during the week is now 5. So I just moved it a little bit up and it's worked for me. I've gotten my exercise done. I still have time for everybody else and for coaching calls and discovery calls. And it's been really great because I don't have to worry about fitting working out during the day when it's the first thing I get done. So that's something to really think about if you're somebody that finds it really hard to work out, to get that done first thing in the morning, because honestly that's a chunk of time, and sometimes I just need that alone time. And when I'm done exercising, I feel more energized, I feel better, I feel happier, I feel like I accomplished something already in my day. So it really makes me feel accomplished first thing in the morning. So it's a really good feeling when you get that done and you still have so much of the day to go for and do something. So that's what happened yesterday, right? Like I was saying, we went to the water park and I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I ate chips and I was fine with it. But before we left, I had worked out and I made sure I had a really good breakfast, right? I had lots of eggs with, I didn't even have a coffee. Oh, speaking of coffee, before I move on to the tips that we're going to be talking about helping you with summer routines is, so today's Thursday. I'm recording this Thursday and it's going to come out next Tuesday. So I haven't had coffee all 4 weeks. We actually ran out. And we decided not to buy some, right? Because my husband was like, I'm crashing during the day. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I am too. Like I need a little cat nap. And it's been a while, but I've been drinking coffee like every single day. And so we decided not to buy coffee for this week. And today's Thursday. And I have not needed to get a cat nap or an energy drink. And I do my energy drinks first thing in the morning if I do one, not past 12. And so that's super important because I noticed that not only am I not crashing during the day, if I have like a tea in the morning or, sometimes I get a Celsius in the morning, I am not crashing in the afternoon and I'm able to sleep much better. And what I realized this is that also, I usually a week before my period, I have trouble sleeping. I have like hot flashes. And so I didn't this week. And so that was really comforting, as well as like I've taken like DNA testing and also like I have like a reader, right? Part of the program is I can read that. And some of the results say that based on my genes, like I have really hard time metabolizing coffee, if I said that right. So it's really hard for me to do it. So that's why I moved the time from like 2 to 12, because it makes such a big difference. And this week, like, it's funny because we're like, oh, I try a cup of coffee here and there. And then I just kind of like went to every day and I was just like having it every day. And so I was noticing that. And so this time around, I didn't change anything, guys. I didn't add something different. I just took it away. I took it away. And if I did have caffeine, whether it was like a herbal tea or an energy drink, which I have like maybe 2 this week, then I have it like before. Right now I'm drinking one and right now it's like before 11. So that's the last time I would probably have something energizing with caffeine or anything like that. So it really does make a difference. And sometimes we don't see it if we try it one day. But this whole week, I felt really good, really energized. And sometimes we think we need something, right? We're missing something. What's going on? Why do I feel this way? And it has to be something with what we're doing already. So we kind of have to be like our own scientist and just kind of test things out here and there to see what's going to help us feel better. And trial and error, see what works. Sometimes we have allergies to certain types of foods. Like I know, like my husband, like bananas are great for you, but my husband, as soon as he eats one, he doesn't feel right. So everybody is very individualized, personalized. And so I'm just saying this because, it's been a while, right? I love coffee. I love my creamer, but I know that it's not the best choice for me, and side effects will happen during the day, and I've noticed that. So it's something to be aware of, and I just want to share with you because it does make a difference when we think, oh, you just don't want me to give up this, or I don't want to give this up. And sometimes we have that mentality of giving things up, and so it's better when we just try it. Let's see what happens, right? It's not that we're giving up things, it's just how much better we're gonna feel when we just try something different, right? Or replace it with something better. So that's my little spiel for today. And like I said, summer is so much fun, and it's a great time to try different things, try different fruits and all of that stuff. So you can always switch things around depending on your schedule, your food sensitivity, and all of that good stuff. And so let's just get started with today's episode. So I want to talk about a couple of routines, right? And one of them, like I mentioned earlier, was getting your workout down first thing in the morning. And that might not be feasible for you, but just try to fit it in wherever, right? We want to try to aim to be more active. We want to aim to get 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise each week, right? Whether it's walking, whether it's doing a mile. I know I've been improving on those, and I've been feeling really good about my goal and how I'm getting there. But also, even if it's just walking, right? First thing in the morning, I know there's so many information, so much things that you can do, walking, if I run, if I do weights, if I do, Zumba classes, there's cycling, what's the best, Pilates, there's so many things, right? And so what do you like? What do you like to do? What is your goal? And what are you trying to achieve, right? If you're just everybody's going to be different. If you're trying to just move your body and do something you like, and you like classes, then go for it, right? We want to just be active. You can take that with your family. I know we do, with this summer, we've been doing midday walks. It gets really hot out there, but we try to get a mile in around noon, around 2, just to keep them active if they've been inside for a little bit, because sometimes with this heat, the family can stay inside for a long time, and so it can be very hard to get it in if we're not very prepared to do it. So sometimes you got to write it down, you got to time it, schedule it, whatever you have to do. But being active is something that should be part of a summer routine, so you don't lose your results, so you're not feeling sluggish, so you feel more energized, right? There's so many benefits when we move our body, when we sweat. There's so many good things that come out of that, and that should be something that should be including in part of your summer routine. So I know it can be very challenging to get things done around the house, but I have a very simple solution. Feeling overwhelmed with kids being at home can lead you to think that you might have to push your weight loss journey or weight loss goals, because it's not the right time, right? I have time, I'll do it later when they start back to school. But then we have back to school, we're getting them to school, we're buying all these things, and then we have all of these holidays coming up, and then we let ourselves just keep pushing it back to later. So the time to work on yourself is now. The kids are looking up to you, and I can guarantee you a sustainable process for making it simple with a step-by-step program to lose weight and keep the results with my habitual sunrise map coaching program. Again, life can be a little bit overwhelming, but having accountability to finally see results, feel energized, feel confident in your own skin, in your own body, feel good where you're at right now, and feel so happy on the progress that you're going to be making to finally losing weight. So schedule a discovery call today. The link will be below. Now back to the show. Now, other routines that I would suggest keeping in handy is just having sunblock available. It is super hot these days, and hopefully we have a lot more sunnier days ahead of us. But something that I noticed when we went to the lake a few weeks ago was my son got burned from his lips. And so I was in a Facebook group, Mom, and for those who have kids, she suggested this, and it worked so well during the lake. Like, my kids have never stayed so still. So what I had them do before we went out to the lake, everybody was like, we're not going into the water before we, put sunscreen on, was kind of on the floor. We had them, all of my kids, lay their head on my knees, on my lap, right? And I kind of did like a face massage on their face, and I got coverage so good, so well on everybody. And the only thing I didn't do was the lips. And so I was so amazed by that trick. And so I hope that helps you. I've never had such an easy time putting sunscreen on their face, because you know how they are. They're like moving and wrinkling their face. And so that was such a great experience to do that. And so having sunscreen available, the sunscreen that I use is from Monet, and I really like it. I like their tinted sunscreen as well, but that just worked really well for everybody. And so that is something that I always like to carry with me. Sunscreen wherever I go. Make sure you have broad spectrum, at least SPF 30 or higher. And like I said, a good routine is just to put a little bit everywhere you go. I always have face sunscreen everywhere I go, because this girl can tan really easily, and so I do not want to burn more than I already tan, right? So always think about protecting your skin and just being prepared, wearing hats or things like that you can cover up. So that's just another routine thing that you can do, is make sure you have sunscreen on you for these hot days. And another routine that I would like to suggest today is just carry water, right? Because what I've noticed with my kids these past couple of days is anywhere we go, like 5 minutes in, we're driving and they're already thirsty. And so I'm good about carrying my own water, but I haven't instilled that in them, right? So instead of buying water, stopping and buying water, just kind of having everybody carry their own jug of water, their own bottled water to start the day. One, because usually kids are more dehydrated already. They drink less water than we do, even though we might encourage it. And so having water available to you, and if you want to try some hydrating drink tips, then listen to the previous episode, which I will put down below as well, which was such a great thing for staying hydrated during the summer. And one more thing today before I leave you, because I don't want to take any more of your time. So these are quick tips that you can do. So number one, for your summer routines, we talked about moving your body. We talked about getting that done first thing in the morning. Number two was carrying sunscreen around you. I know that's different, right? We don't tend to do that, or I at least don't. So it's something that I'm being more careful and aware of these days. Number three is taking water wherever you go, adding that to your routine, especially for your little ones. And the last one here, and is a routine that I've been needing to do, and I finally got some stuff for my skin, was just adding vitamin C to our skincare routine, right? Sometimes we do well with the sunscreen, but also applying vitamin C. Serums may also help protection from a very harmful sun rays, which can really help fight signs of sun damage and really help with dark spots or uneven tones and fine lines and things like that. So find yourself a good vitamin C serum that you can get without, having like any clogging ingredients or being very clean. I like to use the Monet one as well. If you'd like to know more about that, I'll put the link below, but that's something that I like to use. They're one of my favorites. I've used that one for a while, but also eating vitamin C foods as well. They are so prominent for during the summer. You got peppers, you got pineapples, you got zucchini, all of these good vegetables that not only do you want to add vitamin C to your skincare routine, but you also want to add vitamin C to your nutrition, which will help you feel better, more energized, help you release water as well as help you with absorbing collagen better and using it more efficient than if you're just taking collagen by itself. So adding all of these things will help you not only stay on track, but feel better, feel energized, have good skin, protect your outer part of the body as well. And so I'm excited for you to try these things, and I hope you have a great rest of the summer, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.